As the only single mom of young kids in Congress, in the 116th, I don't need lectures about what it's like to make ends meet. What will change is the fact that the oil and gas companies are getting effectively taxpayer welfare, and we are all being shorted the revenue that taxpayers collectively, Democrat or Republican, deserve from the production on our public lands.
We need to be giving more thought to those people that just can't afford to have energy prices going up. I know my friends have seen the numbers on people who are living month to month. They're barely paying any down on their credit cards. And when you have single moms come to you crying that, they're maxing out their credit cards to pay for gas.
With regard to Mr. Gomert's comments, I have to say, as the only single mom of young kids in Congress, in the 116th, I don't need lectures about what it's like to make ends meet. In fact, before I came to Congress, my area of academic expertise was bankruptcy, and consumer bankruptcy, and I studied families in financial distress. I wrote a book about it. I wrote over a dozen law review articles, and I was a principal investigator on 3 studies to try to understand why families are in financial distress. In all of that time, in all of those studies, the prices of energy was never described to me in the hundreds of thousands of families that I talked to, including sitting in bankruptcy court, interviewing them one-on-one. The prices of energy, of home energy, never came up. With all due respect, I am very well situated to understand the plight of working families, to understand the plight of what it's like for people to have to file bankruptcy, to get themselves into credit card debt. That has been my life's work, to study those things, not to be a staffer in Washington or be an elected official, but to listen to people in financial distress. And these families are not being driven into bankruptcy because of high energy costs. And in fact, what we need is to recover a fair return for all taxpayers on energy production. And there's simply no credible research other than an industry reviewed, commented, and shaped study that suggests that there will be a decline in federal energy production or a loss of jobs because of this amendment. This is, again, not about stopping energy production. It's about getting a fair rate of return for every single taxpayer, and money, that revenue that can be used, in fact, to help support things like education and help support things like addressing issues of racial inequity. So with all due respect, I appreciate the spirit in which the arguments have been made and the passion that people are bringing to it. But I am here as an advocate for American taxpayers. I am not here as an advocate for the energy industry.